Hi everyone, this is David and welcome to week 3 of your Executive Certificate Program in Business Communications. This week we're going to talk about conflict. Whoa, wait a minute, you say. I'm not a referee. I'm a business executive. Why are we talking about conflict? Because conflict is how businesses innovate. It's how businesses move forward. It's how businesses find solutions, new solutions to old problems. You see, we're not talking about the unhealthy form of conflict, one that is personal and emotional and that certainly clouds judgment. We're talking about honest conflict. We're talking about debate. We're talking about challenging the status quo. We're talking about differences of opinion. We're talking about reconciling different solutions for the same problem. In other words, we are trying to exercise one of Jack Welch's most important rules, to get all brains in the game. And in getting all brains in the game, you're going to have different points of view, different opinions, and that's the kind of good conflict that keeps a business alive and moving forward. And that's the kind of conflict that we're going to be talking about this week. Getting all brains in the game and riding herd on all those brains. Now don't be afraid to do that. Remember what Michael Dell said. Never be the smartest person in the room. And if you are, invite others who are smarter. And if you can't find those, find a different room. That is the kind of attitude toward conflict that we're taking, where we, as managers, as business leaders, learn productive ways to turn that kind of honest debate that comes out of a workplace where people feel free to express themselves and trust that their ideas will be valued, and to work in that kind of workplace as business leaders who manage conflict for productive ends. Now, to learn to do that, we have some learning goals or objectives this week. Let's take a look at them in our Blackboard classroom. Our first goal is to understand the importance of communicating with intent and purpose. Our second goal is to identify how different communication styles can be leveraged to manage conflict. And our third goal is to develop techniques for more effective and efficient business meetings where the conflict often takes place. Your session guide contains some important information for you this week. I'd like to look first at this quote right here in the introduction. Strong leaders bring energy, optimism, and an ability to successfully navigate conflict. Their teams look to them when times are tough for encouragement. So, if you think conflict is a negative event, think again. The Welch Way principles of candor and getting every brain in the game actually require conflict to be effective. A productive team seeks out conflict. And again, on the next page, under the heading Conflict is Productive, we find this. Indeed, in most organizations, conflict is work, and work is conflict. It's how strategy gets decided, operations get improved, and people get hired and let go. Progress is rarely smooth, and it rarely comes with everyone making nice. Therefore, to manage progress, we must manage conflict productively. And one of the tools for doing so is to learn the different conflict resolution styles, their pluses and their minuses. So this week, in a discussion board, you're going to be learning the categories of the Thomas Kilmann conflict mode instrument to find your style. And here you see listed on this page the 5 styles. Another tool for managing conflict comes from Peter Singh and the process of advocacy and inquiry, which we're also going to study this week. One of the key skills when it comes to managing conflict and applying advocacy and inquiry is listening, because of these 3 startling facts right here. More than 50% of our work time is spent listening. 60% of all management problems are related to listening, and we misinterpret or misunderstand 70 to 90% of what we hear. So another exercise you're going to have this week is to find out what kind of listener you are, and also to learn to rate yourself as a listener, because listening is one of the key skills in facilitating a meeting and managing the conflict. This week is also an excellent lineup of experts of practice videos which focus on the candor that is necessary to manage conflict successfully and also to conduct meetings. The readings for the week also focus on how to run effective meetings and handle difficult situations in which conflict is a part. Your deliverables for the week include these threads on the discussion board. As I said, you're going to rate yourself as a listener. You're going to identify your conflict management style. And in the main discussion board thread, you're going to describe a non-productive meeting and how you would have handled it to produce a better outcome. Your application activity has you answer these 4 questions about conflict management skills, meeting management skills, and listening skills. And as usual, we're going to meet this Thursday at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, live, in which I'm going to be here to take any questions that you have. I'll be reviewing some of these class materials. I'll also be sharing with you my 12-point lecture on how to best manage a meeting. But as you work on these assignments this week, I want you to know that you should not hesitate at any time to give me a call, shoot me an email or a text if I can help you in any way. Okay, talk to you guys later.